Good morning. It is almost the end of November and it's another beautiful, frosty but sunny start to the day. I'm recovering from my little jolly into hospital. Jolly, I'm not sure if that's the word I would use. So I'm still taking it really steady. But what I want to do today is get these, or certainly start to take the brassica netting off and have a really good look in here. And I also want to do a little film for the lovely Will, the flying gardener. If you haven't seen his channel, go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description, because it's time to give him a final update on the Colette challenge. So Colette Crazy 2023 was Will's challenge to grow something that I've never grown before, which is these lovely Colettes. So we've got a lot of brassicas going on under here. So without further ado, it's too cold to stand waffling. I just want to get some of this netting off and have a little look at what's going on under here and probably get a little harvest as well. So there's some really healthy looking brassicas under here. So I'm just going to have a little walk along and remind myself what we've actually got growing under here. So we've got some Colettes, there's some Romanesco, some purple sprouting broccoli, some cabbages that have bolted a little bit but might be salvageable, some Brussels sprouts and some Cavallo Nero. I had a trip to Manchester on the train. It was for work meetings, but I love a good train journey, so I thought I'd share a little bit with you. So in my bid to slow down and live more mindfully and more deliberately, I've realised that all of the things that I used to do, the slow things that I used to do, kind of fallen off somewhere along the lines. And one of the things I really miss and that I really enjoyed doing is crafting and art things. Now you've seen me doing my junk journaling, and I'm really enjoying that, which is combining craft and art with journaling, which is so good for me. But what I've also really missed is painting. I'm never going to win any prizes, but I really enjoy painting, and it's something that I left behind in my school days. And then it was actually the lovely Chris and Shell. They have a fabulous channel. They live on a narrow boat, and I will leave a link to their channel. They're both professional artists. And they ran a series some time ago to get some of us back into art. I entered a couple of their little competitions, and they were really inspirational, and they've always been really inspirational in everything they do. But on this occasion, it was art. And actually, they were really kind, and they sent me, they'd been having a bit of a clear out, and they sent me a box of goodies. So I kind of already got my own bits and pieces, and I'd asked them for a little bit of advice, and they really kindly sent me some absolutely gorgeous bits and pieces, some of which are in here. There were, tubes of paint and pencils and you name it. They put them into this little pack and sent them through the post for me, which was so kind, and some sketchbooks. We're going back a few years now, and so I've dabbled ever since. So to cut a story short, we're coming in to Yuletide, and I love to send cards. And I know we need to be mindful of, not buying things. Lots of people send e-cards nowadays because we're conscious of the environment and the planet. But, to actually make something yourself, so it's a creative process for me, it's something I'm going to enjoy, and I'm going to create something that somebody's going to enjoy. They may choose to keep, and if not, they can always pop it on the compost heap, and I really wouldn't be offended. So I'm really going to enjoy the process. So I'm thinking of making some more kind of crafty cards in a similar way to the junk journal, but using kind of festive colours and pictures. But I also decided I've got some watercolour paper, so I thought I'd have a go at creating some kind of wintry, festive Yuletide pictures that can double up as cards that I can give over the Yuletide season. So I'm really enjoying this process. I've done just one half of it so I can fold it over like a card, and I want to keep it simple. And I've got some other ideas in my head, but I need to let this dry. So I'm going to go and get myself a cuppa. And I've got some work meetings this afternoon which are on the computer, online. So like virtual calls. Virtual, is that what it is? You know what I mean. Video call, that's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to leave this to dry, have a cup of tea, and get set up ready for that. But over the coming weeks, other things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be foraging around the farm for things I can use to decorate the cottage to celebrate Yuletide. There's so many berries and branches and leaves and all sorts that I can so again, another mindful activity that will turn into more than one mindful activity. And that's how I want things to be again. So I very much lived that slow, mindful life. You know what it's like. Everything just takes over, bum, 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 bum. And periodically we need to take stock, slow down, reprioritise, and just sort things out, because we're going to burn ourselves out otherwise. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll catch up with you again soon. And today Chris and I got the horses in, and we needed to move them into their winter pasture, but also the temperatures have plummeted, so they have been rugged up, but I wanted to get them into thick winter rugs, and this year they've had brand new rugs, so it was a case of getting them in, getting the rugs fitted to them, so adjusting all the straps, making sure that they would be okay, and then turning them out in their winter pasture.